what the world has to offer in this action one, because this is where most human beings screw the pooch.
So a little one-person trampoline, very,
If I screen shared it, like there's no excuse. Like phone numbers are just out there. You just got to pick up the phone, smile, and dial. So. Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk to Taryn Morning Show, where we talk about tips, tricks, ideas, and exercise to help make you the absolute best entrepreneur you can be, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. Good morning, everyone. Today, we're going to go over some reflection questions. It's Reflection Friday. It's been a bit of a short week, flown right on by. We're already through the week, and I always like to do a lot of my planning, a lot of my reflection, a lot like content ideas, creation, and stuff like that. I like to do that on Friday. The paperwork and the actually coaching clients, and there's a number of other things in the day-to-day that are a little more gritty to what it is that we do here for our company, for our business, and for our coaching products. But on Friday, I like to reserve this time more so for reflection. So I thought it'd be helpful to go over some questions that I literally answered myself this morning that I've answered throughout in past. I have so many exercises with just reflection questions. If you ever need some reflection questions, you make sure to come and talk to Tanner, because we got tons of fun exercises that are very helpful for us better to understand where we're at, what we're doing. And we all know that reflection is important. The question is whether we take the time to reflect on what has gone on over the week. So without further ado, I kind of got a lot of these suckers today. There's 10 of them, and there's also a bonus. So make sure to stick around for the bonus question at the end. But here are some questions that I have been really liking, and I'm going to take these suckers one at a time. So excuse me if I'm a little slow this Friday. We're going to get them up and kind of go through them as we go. Question number 1. So these were 10. Again, this is 10 reflection questions for yourself. Write them down. If you're watching on video, make sure you can always pause, or you can look in the description for this video, and all the questions will be there. Take them, share them with your friends, share them with your family, write them down for yourself, whatever you want to do, doesn't matter to me. Whatever, as long as you're getting better, I'm feeling better too about it. So let's get to work right away. First question on Reflection Friday. We have, what are my top 3 goals for the upcoming week? And how can I break them down into actionable steps? So reflection, planning, moving forward. I like to plan my week ahead on Friday. I like to reflect on kind of what's going on. And you can kind of think of what were some of the things that I took action on this week, and what were my 3 goals. So my 3 goals were to find someone new to work on my website. I had someone else who was working on them, and they had some health complications and couldn't no longer do it and stuff like that. And they refunded my money, so it was fine, but just it had been like over a month into the project, and I was like, dang it. I got to find somebody else, yada, yada. Either way, found somebody else to work on that. I needed parts of my course, graphic design, was able to find somebody for that. And also one of my other goals was to take photos inside and fix a few things I had on the list. Like I replaced some parts for a shower, parts for a toilet, and just took inside photos at some of our rental properties that I've been showing to other investors. So these were my 3 goals for the week, and I actually got them all done, and I feel really good about them. So asking yourself, what are my next 3 goals, my big 3 goals for the coming week? Maybe write them down. And then below each one, so you write out the 3 goals, and then you have a tab or an asterisk going underneath, just writing out some actionable steps on when you're going to take place. What's an actionable step that you could do that? For those goals in particular, I had to text, or I prefer text message. I had to text all the rental property tenants that we were coming over at a particular time to fix some stuff, to take some photos, because you got to give a 48 hours notice in Illinois Don't just barge in there. You can get in a lot of trouble as a landlord. Do not do that. What are some other actionable steps? I had to set up meetings with 3 people who work on websites. And then I ended up working with someone who I was already kind of working with. So that ended up great. But I still wanted to look at the competition. I wanted to see other product offerings. I wanted to just learn more about the process in general. So I just emailed 3 freelance web designers, and then I set up meetings with them. And you'll be surprised. A lot of people, you can just set up meetings, yada, yada. But what's an actionable step? So you have your 3 goals, and then you write one actionable step underneath it. I find that very, very helpful. Okay, on to question number 2. Question number 2. I'm going to be a little slower this morning because I got to do these banners one at a time because the questions are a little longer. Excuse my delays. On to question number 2. What did I accomplish in the past week that I am proud of? What did I accomplish in the last week that I am proud of, and how can I build upon that success? So one of the things that I am proud of is that I wrote a poem for my beautiful, amazing girlfriend. And I am proud of the fact that we continue to have a stronger relationship together. We continue to go do a bunch of fun stuff. She's off for the summer. She's a school teacher off for the summer, and I'm able to hang out with her more. My work is really, really, really flexible. I have sessions at very particular parts of the day, mostly in the mornings. And then a lot of the rest of the day is very freelance based, or I'm helping over at my family's house. So I'm proud of accomplishing that. I'm strengthening this relationship, and something that to build upon that success is to continue to plan effectively. We have some big trips coming up, and I think we could build upon that. She wants to sit down and make sure that we know who we're going to Bonnaroo, if you've ever heard of that. That's in Tennessee in a couple weeks, and trying to figure out like who we want to go see, like what do we want to eat, and just some of the finer details of the trip to wrap up. And I think she would greatly appreciate us just taking the time to do that. So what do we sit down and do? We just take the time and make sure we do that. So I think that could build off of what I've already accomplished and what I'm proud of. I think it's so easy to forget the things that we're proud of, or forget the things that we're accomplishing throughout the week, because we're just caught up in the chaos of, I need to do this next. I need to do this. I need to do that. And then it builds up into the point to where we're never living in the present moment. We're always living in the future. We're always worrying about stuff. We're always regretting stuff from the past. And that's pretty painful. That's a little too heavy for me. I don't think we're alive long enough to worry about that stuff all the time, right? So taking the time to reflect, answer this question: what's something that you're proud of that you did in the last week? Question number 2. On to question number 3. Okay. Question number 3. What challenges did I face in the past week, and what lessons can I learn from them? What challenges did I face in the past week, and what lessons did I learn from them? I think one of the bigger ones for me is that people are going to not be able to do things perfectly to your standards, to what you want, especially when you start delegating stuff out. So getting to the point, there's certain activities such as web design, there's property management stuff. There's certain things that for us to continue to grow, I'm going to need to start really delegating this out. And I'm starting to delegate it out, but also understanding that not everyone is going to fully understand the job right at first, or things will change, whether it's somebody's health or the frequency of their availability. Things change over time. Changes are only constant, as we've talked about on the show. So one of the challenges I faced is that there was tasks that I needed to get done. And I thought I assigned somebody to do it, and they didn't end up doing it. So I had to find somebody else to go do it. So to pretend that you're just going to find somebody, the right person to do the right job the very first time around, I mean, just ask yourself that question. Does that make any sense to you? I'm telling you're going to get into business, Tanner, and you're going to find one person for every single thing, and no one's ever going to do anything wrong, and it's going to all get done perfectly. Voila, business is easy, right? You'd be like, no, there's absolutely no way that that's possible. And then it turns out you're right. That's not how it works. And I've had to shuffle around, get some different people. So that's a particular challenge I've been facing, is trying to find the different pieces of the puzzle to help get certain projects done and move them along. So maybe ask yourself, what is a challenge that you face this week? Maybe it's working with a family member. Maybe it's trying to figure out logistically stuff that you have to do for traveling for work. Maybe it's challenges that you face. Maybe it's an injury or an illness or something like that, and you're trying to recover your body. What is a challenge that you faced this week, and what are some lessons that you can learn from them? It's insane that we learn so much more from the hardships and the challenges and just working in the nitty gritty more than anything else in life, or at least that's from my personal experience. Okay, question number 3. Question number 4. Oh, I like this one. This one's about time. Question number 4. How well did I manage my time and priorities last week, and what adjustments can I make to improve in the coming week? How well did I manage my time and priorities last week? I have diminished how much I look at my cell phone dramatically over the last couple weeks, and I'm pretty proud of that. I'm excited about it, and it has helped so much on making sure I'm getting the things that I want to get done first. And I leave my cell phone in the office. I try to leave my cell phone behind as much as possible. Sometimes I'm like, man, I need to write down ideas. I need to take photos. But there's a lot of times where I'm just like, man, I just need to get away from this thing and just not be around it for a little bit. So for me, I managed my time a lot better because I put my cell phone away and I wasn't just doom scrolling and wasting hours on just random bullshit on whatever I was watching on my phone, right? So if you relate to that, maybe that's a goal that you can set for yourself, is reducing how much cell phone usage you have in your life. I have how do I manage my time and priorities? Other than that, it's pretty good. That's kind of the main thing that I'm working right now. But you can always do something, an exercise that I like to do that I thought I had down here when I was writing something with a coaching client. Anyway, the exercise is you just kind of write out on here. You can see if you're having tough time with time management priorities, see over here, you have 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., all that, and then 9 p.m. Just kind of write out your day, and then you're wasting your time when you can't answer what you even did in that time frame. My coach did this exercise with me. He's like, what'd you do from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.? I was like, I don't know. That's not a good answer. It's okay to be resting and relaxing, but if you didn't even know that you were doing that because your day's flashing by you so quick, then that's probably an issue. So just checking in to make sure that we're managing our time and our priorities appropriately can be a very helpful tool. Reflection question. Where did the time go? You ever hear that before? I don't know where it all went. And it's like, you want that person to be a manager for you? Probably not. That's not who I want managing my life. And not that we need to be meticulous and track every single minute of our lives. I'm not the time police here. But what I am saying is that if we let it all go and we don't organize or have a good idea of where we're doing or how we're going about it, then we're probably going to waste quite a bit of time. And we don't want to do that. Okay, on to the next. We got a bunch of these. I need to probably go a little faster, if you know what I'm saying. We got some time. I'm hanging out this morning. How are you guys doing this morning? Hopefully we're liking some of these questions and they're helpful. On to question number 5. What specific skills or knowledge do I need to develop to enhance my business and personal growth? What specific skills or knowledge do I need to develop to enhance my business and personal growth? Is there a particular software that you need to add to your business? It's an email software I'm trying to work on to just try and stay more up to date, put more automations in there, and kind of figure out how all that works together. And just specific skills that maybe you can think of in your own thing. What's a skill that you want to develop? What's one that you want to grow? Or things that you need. Think about your situation, think about your goal, and then what is a skill or something that you could learn about that would get you closer to that goal. I'm trying to become a better public speaker. I'm trying to learn on how to like hold myself accountable and look better as I communicate with others in public. So I'm reading a book on Barack Obama and kind of his journey with that. That makes sense to me. Let's go on to number 6. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful morning. On to question number 6 for our Reflection Friday. What habits or behaviors should I eliminate or reduce to increase my productivity and well-being? Everyone has a couple bad habits. Usually, this could relate with drinking. This could relate with smoking. This could relate with eating. This could relate with cell phone usage. This could relate with staying up too late, watching too much TV. There's a lot of things that we could consider and call quote unquote bad habits, but it's up to us to raise the awareness. And that is the whole point of reflection. We're just raising self-awareness on the things that we don't want to be doing anymore. And we reduce that and start doing a little bit more. We replace it with something that we care about, that we want to do logically, that is in alignment with our goals. And so reduction of bad habits, increase of good ones. Simple, right? But just raising our awareness and answering these questions on this Friday, like what have you done this week that you don't want to continue to do? Is there anything that comes up to mind? If there is, write it down. Write it down. Check it out. See what's causing it. Like, what are things that I can do to improve it? How can I go on with that? So on to number 7. Number 7, reflection question. Good morning, everyone. On to question number 7. How can I create a better work-life balance to ensure I have time for both professional and personal fulfillment? This is a good question I like to check in with. Is my life balanced? Is it going the way that I wanted to? Am I working all the time? Am I not working enough? I think there's seasons for everything. I don't want to retire and never work again in my life for forever, right? I enjoy my job. I want to grow a couple companies. I want to make them all spectacular, amazing, yada, yada. I want to grow myself as a person. I want to work. I genuinely do want to work. I like working. It's especially with what we're doing here. I enjoy it. But I also don't want to work until my bones disintegrate and I die. I have a lot of recreation, friends, and other things that I like to do. So asking yourself, am I balanced? And am I balanced to my satisfaction? And it could be like you work 70% of the time and you're doing fun and recreation 30% of the time. And that's balanced for you. So where your meter is at on the teetering scale of work-life balance, right? That cliche, then you can just, where am I at? What do I desire? Do I want a little more work? Do I want a little more recreation? What do you want? What have you been missing? And maybe we just need to change it up a little bit. Maybe we need to reward ourselves. Think of, I'm really proud of this. I'm really proud of that. And I'm going to go hang out with some friends for a little bit, but not till 4 a.m. And I'm not just going to get blackout drunk. After a few hours, I'm going to call it and I'm going to go to bed at a good time. And I'm going to get up and I'm going to work on my company again tomorrow in the morning. We can have balance in our lives when we raise our awareness and maybe take the time to reflect on the things that we're doing right and the things that we're doing wrong. Rolling on through to question number 8. Oh, this is a good one. They're all great ones, right? They're all good ones. I always say this is stuff that I'm trying to incorporate more into my own life. So on to number 8. How can I cultivate a positive mindset and overcome any limiting beliefs that may be holding me back? How can I cultivate a positive mindset and overcome any limiting beliefs that may be holding me back? If you are not doing, if it's been 12 weeks and you've thought about doing this writing project, you've thought about starting this company, you've thought about getting back into the gym and lifting weights, you've thought about eating healthier meals, you've thought about cooking yourself healthier meals, and you continue to not do it, there's chances are there's something within our mindset, within our limiting beliefs that we developed as a child. We talked about on here on the show, The Little Prince. There's a little version of us that we build as children to help protect us and help us survive situations. But those beliefs don't longer serve us. Those beliefs do not serve us any longer. They're killing us. They're not helping us survive, which is the wild thing that the little prince inside of all of us doesn't understand. That I used to use food. Say this is a hypothetical. I got bullied at school. This is not true. This is a hypothetical. I got bullied at school. It caused me to eat. So I ate comfort food. Now, and that numbed me enough to where I felt protected from the bullies and I didn't have to worry about, and I could go back onto my day because it was the mouth satisfaction was distracting to me. Now, every time something goes wrong at work or this and that, and I eat because I'm stressed, or I eat because I'm getting bullied, or I'm eating because I think in my head that people don't like me, even though everyone's too busy to actually give a shit. I believe that they're all thinking of me. They all hate me. They all think I'm the worst. And then now I'm eating, and that's killing me, and that's not helping me survive anymore. That's just an example of a limiting belief from childhood that's totally jacking up our reality today. So be very careful of these and asking ourselves, am I cultivating a positive mindset on a frequent basis? I'm not saying you need to be a psycho and smile 24/7, but if you are not happy and your mindset's not right, ask yourself what is possibly going on, thinking of ourselves as that onion and trying to peel back a few layers to see, is there something holding me back? Is there, before I dive into the bad habit, before I dive into something that I believe is holding me back, asking myself, what's here? Why do I feel this way? When was the first time that I remember feeling this feeling? These are good questions that we can ask ourselves to help overcome some limiting beliefs. On to number 9. And this one, I'm thinking more on business related. Okay. Am I effectively leveraging technology and staying up to date with relevant industry trends? Think tools and resources. So if there is anything that has been absolutely game-changing for humans, is our ability to use tools. Whether it's tools for, in the most primal sense, like sticks to kill things, or to help serrate and to cut and to be able to cook meat, or all the way to today to build houses with drills, those like the giant the bobcats, the tractors, the everything that can plow the ground. Tools have made us who we are and how we're able to function today. Or you can even just think of your cell phone and how powerful that is. What tools and resources do you need to help improve your business, to help improve your life? Maybe this, another example would be you can have these apps that track the calories that you eat, the workouts that you do from a fitness and health perspective. There are apps that you can track for. I was talking earlier about MailChimp. It's an email service, and it helps you send out automated emails. It helps you send out frequent emails to your subscriber base. And it kind of just helps you connect with your customers on a more consistent basis while not sitting in front of the computer and clicking type and send for every single email. That stuff is way too much work. We don't have enough time in the day to stay connected with everyone. So we use tools and resources. What tools and resources can you use in order to improve yourself, in order for you to get closer to the goals that you want? And I'm getting to the point where I need to figure out a lot more systems that I can incorporate into the business that are already pre-made. I'm working on this self-directed course that I'm super excited about. It's going to be amazing. It's 6 weeks long, and you would direct yourself all the way through the course and I won't need to be present, but I'm going to have tons of tutorial videos, tons of other additional exercises to make it really easy and fun to work on personal development. So make sure to be on the lookout for that. That's just going to be game changing. It's going to be really fun. On to question number 10. This one is another selfish one for myself, but I think everyone can relate to this and use this as a huge advantage. What steps can I take to improve my personal branding and establish myself as an authority in my field? What steps can I take to improve my personal branding? How can I improve Talk to Tanner? How can I improve people, the understanding that I do courses? Tanner's a teacher. He's a personal development teacher. He's a coach. He has all these great materials. He's going to help me achieve my goals. He's going to help me unlock my full potential. What do I have to do to help improve the understanding on the consumer side to help buy? To do that, I need to improve my personal brand. We do this morning show. We do other content. I had these t-shirts made for Talk to Tanner. It's actually shout out to, it was a gift that I got from a family member. And then we're handing out, I gave a handful to some of my closest friends, and they're wearing them and this and that. So just trying to think of ways of how I can improve my personal branding and then switch it over to you. Think of ways that, is there a business that you want to start? Is there a business that you already have? Say if you're a real estate agent, I work with quite a few real estate agents, and you just want to get more name recognition. Maybe you want to post more on social media like this, or maybe you just want to hand out flyers outside a grocery store. You got to go talk to the store manager to see if you have permission to do that. Whatever it is, there's so many ways to build your personal brand and to get yourself out there. You just got to ask and figure out what works best for you. Okay. I need to do that myself. I had a client who just made flyers, stood outside of a grocery store, and she got like 12 clients. And all she had to do was ask the ask the manager of the grocery store. And this is in the suburbs of Chicago, by the way. And he was like, yeah, sure. I don't care. Yeah, you can hand out free fitness consultations. He's like, yeah, if you're going to help people lose weight, that's cool. And then it's like, oh yeah. Hey, could you, or what did we make? We made these flyers. I don't want to go too much on a tangent, but this thing was genius and it made great money. We made these flyers with just simple recipes, like healthy recipes that people were going into the store. And it turns out there was shitloads of people who just didn't know what they wanted to eat, and it gave them their sense of direction, and they took it. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's genius. And her name was on it. She does YouTube stuff, that yada, yada. And it's a great idea. And she got a number of clients. Lastly, on for our bonus. We got a little bonus here. We're going over pretty late today. We've been talking for a while, but that's all right. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful, great morning. And this one is the last one. That how can I incorporate more gratitude and mindfulness into my daily routine to enhance my overall well-being? The businesses are cool, working out, trying to figure out my life, all of that stuff, planning for the day, planning for the future, all that stuff's great and dandy. Nothing's more important than incorporating gratitude and mindfulness to right here, to right now. What are some things you're grateful for? Are you grateful for your health? Are you grateful for your ability to see? Imagine if you couldn't see. Imagine, are you grateful for the plans that you have to come forward? Are you grateful for the people who are in your life? Are you grateful for the food that you're going to be able to indulge and enjoy? 3 million kids are going to starve to death this year. Absolutely horrible. And just having gratitude and grace and acknowledgement for the amazing things that we do have in our lives is always a great way to reflect. Just reflecting on the things that I do have in my life and reflecting on, like, how can I be more in tune with the moment? How can I be more in tune with what is truly around me? Maybe you're going to go meet up with friends later tonight. And how can you be there with them more often and not thinking of a bunch of different things that don't really matter? So connecting with the people you love and care about, connecting with yourself is always a bonus in my book. So ask yourself how you can incorporate more ways. Maybe you're just writing out things you're grateful for. Maybe you're just talking to yourself a little bit about, like, what can I do to enhance my daily routine? I like to do all this stuff in the morning so I got momentum going into the rest of the day and it makes me feel better, but that personally works for me. So maybe after this morning you answer just one of these questions that resonated with you. Go ahead and go through all of them. We had a bunch of them here today. But go through all these questions, go back, you can look through the video, pause, write them down. Additionally, the questions will be in the description below for you to reflect on. But just really make sure you're taking the time of things that you're grateful for and the fact that it's a damn good day to be alive. So cheers to that. I got to bounce. I got other stuff I got to do before we get going for the day. We got a busy weekend ourselves here. So in case you needed to hear it, I love you. Have an incredible day. If you want to learn more about reflection, if you want to connect with me as a coach, we offer 6-week programs here to help unlock your full potential. So send me a direct message to learn more about that. Other than that, we'll be hanging out and I'll be back here live Monday morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time with another personal development topic to help you become the best version of yourself, not only for yourself, but the people you love and care about most. Peace out, y'all. Have an incredible Friday. This was 10 questions on reflection to help improve ourselves. Episode 287, Reflection Friday. You guys have an incredible weekend. I love you all. Have a good one. Cheers, friends. Until next time. Catch you on live 8 a.m. Monday morning. I'll see y'all then.